blessing to be with you on this Wednesday of the Word of Encouragement. Today I'd like to go to the book of Proverbs, to a verse that you probably know, but one that I'd like to look at from the standpoint of why we don't have encouragement at times. Proverbs chapter 13, and we will be looking at the verse that deals with the danger of pride, verse 10. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. So often we find ourselves in situations that really are discouraging. We find ourselves in various battles with people or disappointments. And if you look at the essence of those, many times it's because of our focus on ourselves and trying to be liked or try to be approved, to try to accomplish something, things that we think are important. And because of that, those things, we find ourselves having contention, having pressures, because we're not living with that peace of God that gives us love to meet the needs of others and to live sacrificially and to be humble and to allow others to have what is best. Now, none of us want to think that we are proud, but oftentimes it's simply the opposite of insecurity, and we react to things. We don't like certain things happening. We can find ourselves getting jealous or bitter. All of that is going to cause problems, and believe me, those things are not encouraging. And so it's only by pride. I mean, if we have issues and tensions in our life, it may be the other person's really causing the problems or the circumstances are really bad, but there should not be contention in us because of us in our reaction. And if there is, it's self. We're not walking in the Spirit, and it is pride. It's allowing ourselves to be the one in charge, not God, and that's always pride. God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace to the humble, we find in James chapter 4. Then the final part of that verse, but with the well-advised is wisdom. You know, one of the ways that you're encouraged is just to simply think right, to have the wisdom of God, to be able to process things from a biblical perspective and a right perspective. And that will always be the opposite of self. We begin to realize what God's doing, how He's changing us, and He will give us His counsel, He will give us His direction, and there is just great encouragement when we can see things right. Haven't you gone through something and you're all muddled up and your thinking isn't right, and then someone comes along and says, let me just help you with this. Have you thought about it this way? And all of a sudden it clicks. You know, that's right. That counsel was really good. And the minute you see the situation from a godly perspective, encouragement comes, peace comes, the contention leaves. The other person still may be contentious, but it takes two to tangle, as we've often heard. And so for us, as we think about living an encouraged life, it's got to be one free of reactions. We've got to instead think of what God wants us to do in a situation. What is our role? How should we love? And when we're thinking with that kind of wisdom, there's just always encouragement that God is working and God is using our lives. So let's take that verse that often we don't think about it this way and realize if we're not encouraged, it could be that we've let pride come up and we're reacting instead of being the man or woman of God that we ought to be.